So if I add in a session name, I can then send invites to users I want to join me, and I can click to create the session. Hello everyone, thank you for joining this collaboration session. As you know, the purpose of today's meeting is to look at the impact of implementing a new CMM machine at the end of line 6. In case you don't know each other, we've got John Welton and Bruce Pittman from our Detroit office, Matt Bennett and Dev Carson from the UK office, and I'm Ryan Dugmore here as the project lead. So if we can all head over to the end of the line, we can see where the new CMM machines are going to be installed. So as you can see, this is the current line design. The components run down the assembly line, and at the end they're picked up and packaged here for shipping. So we've got to replace this packaging area with the new CMM machine, as the components are now being inspected before being packed and shipped. I'll just remove this for now, and I'll just move these components out of the way. So this is the working area we have agreed will be used for the new CMM machine. So Bruce, you've created the model for today.
Yes, so I've modeled the line and used the CMM design from our supplier, which is the CAD layout we use here in the US. I uploaded it to the server, so you should just be able to load a copy and bring it in.
That's great, thanks Bruce. I'll just load that in. So I've loaded that in from the Experience server. If I just rotate this around, I can drop it down. Okay, so if I try and line this up, it doesn't appear to look quite right.
Looking at that, the roller design appears to be wrong. What roller have we used in this model, Bruce?
I have just used the spec of the roller we use here in the US facility.
Okay, so perhaps the spec of the rollers you have in the UK varies from ours. Do you know what specification the ones you're showing, Ryan?
I don't know. Do you have any idea, Matt?
I don't know it off the top of my head. I know we had those rollers for a long time, so it may be that we have a slightly older version than the US guys. I can find out the specification.
That'd be great, Matt. If we can get the specification, can we get the model updated, Bruce?
Yes, if you can get me the model number, I'll update my design and share the updated version as soon as it's available.
Can we also remove this section of the cage?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll record that as an action. Okay, bear with me. I'm just adding in the image comment, and if I click attach, that'll send it up to the server. So as you can see, the intention is the components will continue down the line and into the CMM machine, where the robot will pick them up to continue the process. So I've also received the robot and associated process simulation from the programming team, and I uploaded that to the server this morning, so we can review that now.
I can see an issue straight away here. Again, there looks to be an issue where the roller is not extended far enough into the cell area. When I update the roller specification, I'll be able to update the length of this working space as well.
Thanks, Bruce. I'll just note that down for the action list. Okay, so I can restart that motion replay and capture that as a video. If I hit record and play, we can clearly see what the issue is there. If I stop that recording, I can just jot that down and again save it against the session. Okay, let's continue to follow this through. Goes into the CMM machine. It's picked back up by the robot. It's placed on the second roller line. It's scanned and then proceeds to the endpoint where the intention is that this will now be packed.
I would say on our site that the termination point is in a lot more space than I can see here.
Yeah, I'd like to look at what space is here if we can bring back the packing stations.
No problem, I'll add those back in.
Can you drop a mannequin in there, please?
I'll pass you control and you can do what you need.
That's great, thanks.
Presenter changed. You are presenting.
So what is it you're looking for, Dev?
Well, as John just mentioned, we would usually place a packaging area in a lot more space than we're proposing here. So if I drop the mannequin in, you can instantly see that the space to work appears to be quite restricted.
Is it worth measuring the area?
Yeah, I think that would be sensible. I'll do that now. Okay, so measuring this area, it's not really in a desirable range for a working environment. You can also see this gets restricted further if this cell door is open, so I think we really need to fully review this with some operators. Maybe we should have an offline discussion, that way we can review other potential locations for the new packing station. I'll add that to the action list. Okay, I've added that to the action list. Back to you now, Ryan.
Presenter changed. You are presenting.
Okay, so I think that's everything we had on the agenda. Does anyone have anything else to add?
Can we just review the action list?
Okay, so we picked up 3 things today, as you can see on the list there. So there are 3 actions. The first being the new roller, so we'll get the information over to the US and they can update the new version to the server and we can replace it. Second action is obviously again around the roller, extending the roller inside the CMM machine. So we'll pick that up. Finally, the discussion is around where the new packaging area is going to be. Obviously, considering what we've seen today, this might not be the most suitable area. So we'll get all those actioned and we can raise another meeting when we're ready.